feature is one that the product team is super excited about. It's our Revenova load board. So it's available to your carriers after they accept, and it will display the loads that you make available to them so that they're able to quote and actually fill their backhauls with their preferred loads. So if it's going to a specific destination or if it's the right weight for them that they're looking for at that moment, again, just helping you optimize your network with the carriers that you're already using. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so I've already built this load and tendered it to my carrier, but there's a few fields that I want to call out on the load. So the first is the max pay amount. The max pay is an existing load field that we are leveraging for the load board feature. It's going to still support the max pay, so I've entered 2,000 here. If the carrier enters a quote above the max pay amount, if you as a user try and tender to that same carrier, you'll receive an error message just warning you that the quote is over the max pay amount. The next field is the offer rate. So again, this is an existing field, but this will be available to the carriers in the load board. They'll be able to see the offer rate that you've determined, as well as the offer rate type. And then the last field is the carrier portal field. So when this is true, it's going to say that that load should be shown in the load board. So this can be populated manually, or it can be something that you populate via a flow. All right, so jumping into the workflow for your carrier. So when you send a load tender, they'll receive the same email that they're used to receiving. Once they click accept, it's going to take them to the carrier load board site. So this again is not a logged in site, so it's free for your carriers to use and free for you to send to your carriers. And the other thing to call out is the load board is only going to be available after the carrier accepts the load. So if they decline that load, they're not going to have access to this. All right, so on the load board, it's going to default to the pickup location, which is the destination location on the load that they just accepted. So this is going to help them fill their backhaul. So this can be something that they leave, or if they want to make it a little bit more generic and open it up to say a pickup location anywhere in Illinois. Drop off can be anywhere. It can be country. It can be specific to a specific state. Ship date is going to default to the expected delivery date on that load that they just accepted. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to May 15th. Delivery date, they can put whatever range they prefer. Modes are going to default based on the modes that are available for that carrier service for that specific carrier. And then max weight is anything under or equal to the max weight that's dictated here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit search. And this is going to pull back all of the loads that I've made available to this carrier. So as you can see, there's a variety of different origin and destinations. So again, they could filter this list to look for a specific destination. And then the rate and the rate type is also shown here. So they're able to see what range or what price you're ideally looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and select this load L22. Hypothetically, this driver is a big Denver Nuggets fan, so he's trying to make it back to Denver in order to watch the big game. So scrolling down, you can see that it's populated with the little load map here, as well as all of the load details, which is field set driven, so you can add specific fields that you would want to make available. And then the freight charge. So this is where the carrier can enter in the quote information. So I'll go ahead and make it $1,600 and USD. So once I hit submit here, this is going to send the quote to the Revenova instance. And once I refresh, we'll go back to that same load. And as you can see, the status for the load is now quotes received. And when I click on the FQA, you'll see that the quote was created for that same value that the carrier entered on the carrier load board. So that is our Revenova load board. And again, this is one that we're super excited about because we know the value that this is to help build and strengthen your networks. And then also by helping keep your carriers happy so that they can actually fill their backhauls and book loads based on their preferences. Again, like the example I used, go Nuggets.